Ever wondered what's really going on inside your Aries crush's head? Well, you're in the right place. We've got a very special guide to decoding their romantic feelings, specifically for the first week of January 2026. Let's just dive right in.
So here's our game plan. First, we're gonna decode the week's numbers, the secret code behind their feelings. Then, we'll look at the specific Aries love equation for this week. After that, we'll get a peek into their inner monologue, day by day. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with your personal playbook for attraction.
All right, let's start with the foundation, shall we? This week's entire romantic energy is shaped by some pretty fascinating numbers, and they create a really unique emotional landscape for your crush. Now, the tool we're going to use for this is numerology. It's this idea that numbers carry a specific kind of energy, a vibe that influences the mood of the day, you know? Each number tells a little piece of the story, and for this week, it gives us a roadmap straight to your Aries crush's heart. Okay, so what's really interesting here is how the energy shifts day by day. Check it out. The week starts under the influence of the number 2, which is all about partnership and sensitivity. Then it moves to the expressive number 3, before getting a little more practical and reflective midweek. And then it all culminates in the super powerful, confident energy of the number 8 on January 7th. It's quite a journey.
So the most crucial point here is that this isn't random. It's a predictable arc. It's a journey that takes them from this quiet sensitivity all the way to bold confidence. And really, understanding this flow is the key to everything this week.
Next up, let's see how this really unique energy affects that bold, passionate Aries personality we all know. This is where it gets super fascinating.
And this just perfectly illustrates the dynamic. I mean, on the left, that's your classic Aries. They're ruled by Mars, right? The planet of action and desire and just go, go, go. But this week, the numerology on the right kind of softens them up. Their emotional sensitivity is way up, feelings are deepening quietly, and they're slowly warming up to expressing themselves. It's this rare blend of their inner fire and the week's much gentler energy.
All right, now for the part I know you've been waiting for. Let's pull back the curtain and listen in on what your Aries crush is actually thinking and feeling day by day.
So here it is, the emotional timeline for their week. It kicks off with a soft curiosity, then it moves into this desire for a more playful connection, deepens into a period of serious reflection, and then finally, it builds to a moment of confident action. So at the very start of the week, their interest is quiet. They are definitely thinking about you, probably more than you realize. And yeah, they're likely doing a little low-key recon on your social media. They're curious, for sure, but that soft energy is making them hesitate. This is pretty much the dominant thought just looping in their mind. There's a clear desire to reach out, but the energy of the week makes them pause and question. It's this whole internal debate. By midweek, you can feel their confidence start to bubble up. They want to connect, they want your attention, but they are absolutely gonna play it cool. So you have to look for those small, indirect signs. Liking a story, a quick reply here and there, they're just testing the waters. Now, this is a critical phase. On the 5th and 6th, they kind of retreat inward. They are seriously contemplating what they're feeling for you. Don't be surprised if they start having these little moments of unexpectedly missing you. So their inner monologue shifts again. The question isn't just, should I talk to them anymore? Now it's, what does this mean, and is it actually safe to make a move? This is their little period of overthinking right before the final push. And then comes January 7th. The energy of the number 8 brings this major confidence boost. This is the day. There's a really strong chance they'll finally approach you directly, start a real conversation, and make that bold move they've been thinking about all week. So to recap their whole journey, they are definitely emotionally interested. You are on their mind all week long. That quiet curiosity is blossoming into a real desire to connect. And it's all leading up to this final burst of confidence and hopefully some action. So now that you know what's happening on their side, what about yours? Let's get into the final and most important section, your playbook for how to nail this. Here are 5 key strategies. First, stay warm and positive. A quick, friendly reply shows you're open. Second, avoid any pressure. Light, fun messages are going to work way better than deep, heavy texts. Third, match their fire. Your own confidence is so magnetic to an Aries. Fourth, appreciate the small efforts. That little like on your story, acknowledge it. It shows you're paying attention. And finally, the golden rule. Let them come to you. Don't chase. Just create this warm, inviting space and trust that their natural instinct to pursue will kick in. Look, The energy of the week is perfectly aligned for a connection to grow, moving from that quiet emotion to confident action. Your Aries crush is on a journey, and now you have the map. So the only question left really is, are you ready?